Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Skullgirls Get Gr8. This is the audio test. We will be starting soon. Please let me know if any of the commentators this week are a little too loud or a little too quiet. We want all of us to be about equally as loud, and the game should be just barely audible. There probably won't be any commentators today, never mind. But, in the off chance that I end up caving and letting someone join, and there you go. What else? If you are participating today, please join the Steam group chat. You can find the Steam group chat by typing !GG8 chat into Twitch chat. But if there are any recommendations that you could provide, please feel free to do so. We want the stream to be just perfect for you. Damn, I am all over the place. Now I will proceed to go silent for about 10 minutes so I can make matchups. Just before that, welcome everyone. I see you, Graham Sandwich. Good to see you here. Glad you're playing well. Hey there, your local dunce. Jaitsu, what's good? What's good? Let's see all these people here. It's cool. I like this. And that will be right back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, matchups are out, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Let's see who's here. Do we got a decent crowd here? 18 viewers. Let's see how many of the participants are actually here. Can I even check that from here? I can. Good stuff. On your way back? Yeah, take your time. No worries. Let's see. So you will be the first match this morning, so, I mean, I'll just chill until you're here. Can you be moved to the last of beginners? Oh, yeah, sure. I can take care of that also. Let's see. That works instead. Now, VivTech is also going to be a little late, so they'll be also be moved back a little bit. And then all the spaghetti should be complete by now, which is kind of cool. The big DQ. Nah, no problem. JP almost got DQ'd from qualifier. Oh, for which tournament? Oh, the 10v10 mixture. It was late. Damn. Can he even play right now? I would have assumed JP would have dropped out of that. I heard there were some personal circumstances that might interfere with the ability to be playing at a time like this. But who knows? He's got glass in his knee. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, he's got some glass inside of him right now. Moving through losers right now. All right. Well, that's not so bad. It's pretty cool. All right. I think as soon as Leafree TV and Lahara's Blade are ready, we can probably go ahead and get started. Okay, let's get the intro out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Skullgirls Get Gr8. What we do here is we try to match you up against a relatively even opponent, and then provide constructive criticism on your play. We won't tell you everything that's wrong with your play, but we'll tell you just enough so you have something to practice every week. With me today is absolutely nobody, and that is A-OK, because I asked for this. What else do we got? First up today will be Leafree TV versus Lahara's Blade. We will be playing 3 games per matchup. It's 3 flat games. It is not a set. It's not best of 3. It is 3 games flat. So it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. Just play, and I'm gonna tell you the things. Is Sheep here today? Because I wanted to say Get Great to them, or not Get Great. Get Great. Wow, my brain is backwards. I wanted to say GG's to them, but I didn't know that they were a part of Get Great. Because I played them in a decent set yesterday. I shouldn't say decent set. We were dropping shit left and right, but it felt cool. Blooming. Oh, Bloomful. Oh yeah, you are here. Yeah, GG's for yesterday. It was a fun set. It was a fun set. I'm not gonna call it a good set because we were both dropping stuff, but it was a fun set. Why wouldn't it be happening? You're not a real game if you don't drop all your combos. I mean, I've been playing this team for, geez, since like April. So April, May, June, July. Yeah, I don't have an excuse to really drop these combos anymore. I've been playing this team for 4 months. 2 months ago, maybe. Now, I don't like that. It is kind of weird starting from scratch and throwing out almost everything I know besides neutral knowledge. And like, just being like, nope, I'm just gonna overhaul anything and everything I play. Like, screw it. Let's find out what happens. I guess that would be, let's see, 4 months. Assuming I was actually following my schedule, that would imply that that's 120 days 4 times 2. So 240 hours? I guess I have 240 hours on that team. Assuming I actually put in the work that I say I'm putting in. But That would be my approximate, whatever. You have 200 plus hours on the game and you still drop your combos. Yeah, it will be that way for a minute. And right now, if you watch tournaments and stuff, people with 4,000 hours in the game seem to be dropping their combos. So there's some sort of spaghetti going on right now at the higher level of play. And there's no better time to start improving and start competing, because apparently catching up has never been easier. Are combos artificial difficulty? Absolutely not. Artificial difficulty implies that there is a sense of defeat if you without any control from your end. That's artificial difficulty. So for example, a boulder coming from around the corner that you had no prior hint would be there and killing you is artificial difficulty. Combos are a knowledge check. In fact, fighting games are based on these knowledge and skill checks. I shouldn't say knowledge check, it's just skill check. Where basically, if I get hit, can you finish the combo? And if not, will you drop in a place where I can punish you? That is very, very important. On top of that, combos, you almost never finish combos, right? On purpose. You normally go into a reset or have some sort of set play planned out, right? Combo routes allow that, and different combos allow for different types of routes, which means it's a very important structure. That's not right. It's a very important component, I'm just going to say, to a fighting game, and to games in general, honestly. I think games that allow combos, like even RPGs that allow like item combinations and like let you chain certain abilities together and stuff like that, are really, really interesting. Shoutouts to Tails Game. Alright, get him low. Alright, cool. We had 2 strings of the combo. I can see the B&B in there. Went for a reset. I respect it. Probably went for a tick throw. Reminder that if you are playing as Bella, don't go for a normal tick throw. She has a 4-frame grab, diamond drop. That move is borderline. I shouldn't say borderline. That move is unfair. You can cancel any of your normals into a 4-frame grab, and you can also go straight into the 4-frame grab if you want. It's the fastest, like, non-super flash move in the game, as far as I know. Because she needs it. Oh, I saw the attempt there. I know what you were trying to do. Use Carpenter's Axe instead. When you go under like that, use Carpenter's Axe, because that will still cross up. I think that's what you did wrong. I'd have to go back and double check, because I'm doubting myself. But I'm pretty sure that's what went wrong.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Dashing has never been easier outside of Skullgirls, or inside of Skullgirls, I should say, because you can press light punch and medium punch on the same frame and get a button, what's called a button dash, and that lets you do all sorts of weird optimal dash movement, including instant air dashes and also blocking while dashing for the optimal amount of frames. It's pretty neat. Does Eliza get much off of Excella? No. In fact, okay, so this is weird, because Eliza's one of those characters where I feel like she doesn't get much off of anybody, because she's already pretty well-rounded. Like, she's not really missing a tool, but it also means that she has shortcomings in mostly just, like, set play, and, like, actual complex setups as opposed to just standard 50-50. So what you generally would run with her is something that gives you a lot of damage, and A-Train is that, not Excella, really. Excella can work, but it's, like, it's just not A-Train, you know what I mean? It's just like at this moment, it's a Walmart brand A-Train. I don't know if Pleasure's Guide actually talks about it, but we do have an Eliza guide. Pleasure... guide? We do have an Eliza guide, by Pleasure. And I might talk about the synergy with A-Train. I'm not honestly positive. Alright, so Butchers does work. That's right. I don't think it's optimal, but it's a thing. It's pretty cool. For a second I thought you had like clean set play. I was just like, oh my god, is this reset into kill? Like, this is amazing. Up 3. Oh, okay. We're just gonna do our B&B. Not even B&B. That's alright. Honestly, Leafree, you're playing very well. I've seen you fill that on Dizzy Bar multiple times. You seem to have a solid amount of resets. You seem to have general spacing knowledge. You have... I mean, honestly, this is kind of a weird matchup because Lahar's Blade is dealing with the hardest to deal with reset in the game, which is the... And it's band specific. I don't think it's necessarily band specific, but it works best on band, and that's the, what's it called? The Cross Under Carpenter's Axe, or in your case, Butcher's Blade reset. So, this is kind of really, really hard on Lahar's Blade. And that, I'm not going to say that's carrying you, but it's definitely helping you get a lot more hit confirms than a lot of other Eliza resets would get you. Well, honestly, why wouldn't you use it, let's be honest. Alright, let's see. Gotta hit confirm. Wall bounce. Alright, medium conversion. Oh, you dropped that. Okay. So, I mean, this goes without saying, but make sure you're practicing your B&Bs. Try to get as consistent as possible. Like, I'm pretty sure that was supposed to convert. Like, I don't know if that was the right conversion. I mean, if it does work, then it works. Okay, that's an interesting cross under. I like it. I can dig it. Normal too, it's open to camping. Not something I see often. Honestly, if you like cross-unders like that, I don't know why you don't play Band. Band has all sorts of weird cross-unders exactly like that, with crouching medium kick instead. It's back in fact instead of standing medium punch. Or Eliza. Alright. Okay. Do we have these? Doop. Oh, no we don't. Unfortunately. Okay. So you got a couple of hit confirms to Heart's Blade. I recommend... So this is something I don't really care about until very early intermediate. But honestly, I think it might do you some favors, especially because you're playing a solo, to start learning this early. Learn a double snap. The main double snap I recommend on Band is crouching medium kick into standing heavy punch. And I think every 2 times you do crouching medium kick into standing heavy punch, crouching medium kick into standing heavy punch, throw out a standing light punch. It helps making sure that the enemy model doesn't cross over you on accident, which would suck. And with that appropriate spacing, you can always get a double snap in. So after you pick up with crouching medium punch, did I say crouching medium punch before? Crouching medium kick. That's the vortex effect. Crouching medium kick into standing heavy punch is the one you want. And crouching medium punch is what you pick up OTG with when you were hitting both characters. Then immediately go into snap. Quarter cycle forward, medium punch, medium kick, or heavy punch, heavy kick, depending on which assist you're hitting, right? So if you're hitting... So this is something that a lot of people don't talk about. But when you are hitting and like 2 characters at the same time, and one of them is the point, one of them is the assist, obviously, you want to input the snap for where the assist is in the health bar rotation. And the reason for that is if you drop your double snap, you want them to come in and lose all that damage, all that health they have, and all that stuff. Because all damage done to assist is red health, right? And they'll heal it all back. So you want to make sure you're snapping in the correct character. So if you ever, during commentary, hear someone say, oh, they snapped in the wrong character, that's because they snapped in the person that had the red health. You get. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. When do you snap? You snap when you're hitting 2 characters at the same time, and you're near a corner. Under very, very specific circumstances, mid-screen double snaps are a thing, but don't worry about it. In general, you should be near a corner, and you're hitting both characters. So you picked up with Band both those characters, you use OTG, and you picked them both up with crouching medium punch. After the second hit, you input snap out both those characters, and then go into crouching medium kick, or you can go into crouching light kick, crouching medium kick, standing heavy punch, then crouching medium kick, standing heavy punch. Loop that every now and then, throw in a standing light punch, and then you're good to go. That's how you do that. With regards to how... What's it? Not how hard played. Leafree TV played. You played extremely well. I honestly think you might be ready for intermediate. I didn't see a standard B&B. I saw a very reset-heavy play, which is the only reason I'm saying I think, and not I'm positive. If you did do a full B&B and I missed it, I apologize. But in general... Oh, what's the lobby link? I can send that to you. Meanwhile, while we're waiting, FivTech can go ahead and get in. Come on. There you go. All right. So what else? What else? Leaf Your TV. So you did a lot of reset heavy stuff, and the resets are good. Like they weren't easy to deal with resets. So like you're learning the right resets, you're going the right direction, and you seem to have decent routes down. If anything, I would clean up your combos a little bit because some of the routes you were doing were heavily scaled and probably not the best for damage. If you were learning them from the BNB Compendium, I'll give it a pass. But you might want to start looking into better combos. I linked Pleasure's Guide a little bit earlier, and those will have better combos. So you might want to start looking into that. But as long as you have a full BNB, I think you're ready for intermediate. If you play as cleanly as you like, if you played today about the same quality that you normally do, and not like, oh man, you were just on point and feeling better, and you weren't dropping things that you normally drop, etc., then I would maybe give it another week. On the other hand, if you play like this all the time, then I think you're ready for intermediate. Like lower intermediate, I think you're good. When do you go for full BNBs though? I thought you were supposed to be reset heavy. Okay. You should not... How do I explain this? Okay, so first things first. VivTech is fighting an open lobby, so if another intermediate level player that hasn't signed up today wants to sign up or join it, jump in, go ahead. Otherwise, or not, sorry, not intermediate, did I say intermediate? Beginner level player. Early beginner would be ideal. If you're not early beginner, then that's kind of fine. Beginner though is essential. So to answer your question, it's complicated, right? So being able to do a full combo is the most important thing. It's because it's a fundamental skill in Skullgirls. That doesn't mean you're always going to use that skill, but it is the most fundamental thing you will need to be able to do. Because there will be times where you have the ability to kill someone, and you will not be able to kill because you know your resets better than you know your full combo, and that's not okay, right? So when should you go for full combos? Easy answer, when you need the damage. In general, it'll be when you're setting up for a burst bait, or if you just want the sliding knockdown and want the damage. Another thing is if you're gonna end your combo in a snap instead of like the final couple of attacks, like the final special you use in your combo, you might want to go into a snap just so you can get the maximum damage in and play at full on dizzy, which is not necessarily a good thing, but it's fine. Can you close Steam when you're in your games? Yeah, you please close the stream while you are playing. That is actually requested. Please watch the VODs afterwards. Do not listen to the stream while you are playing. So let's talk about this, right? So why do people reset, right? You reset people because the green bar is filling up and you want to reduce that green bar. That green bar is the undizzy bar. The other benefits of it is you increase your meter gain by resetting because you get more meter during the earlier parts of your combo, and you reduce your opponent's meter gain because they get meter at the end of their at the end of your combo. So that's a lot of jitter. I don't know. I didn't see who joined, but oh, it's your local dunce. Okay. I mean, you're definitely not a beginner level player, but I'll let it fly. It's fine. It's not that much jitter. You guys will be fine. So hopefully what I said makes sense. Being able to do your combo is the fundamental skill. Adding in resets is the second step, not the first. Ultimately, when you are playing, you'll be doing more resets than you will be finishing your combos. That being said, you should not be doing resets until you can do your combo. That's very important. The reason people reset is so that they can kill someone in their next combo, is so they can set play, right? So that's extremely important. Skipping to set play means that you will not be able to do your full combo when you need to. If you want a better explanation, just reach out to me on the Discord, because I'm pretty sure I worded that like all over the place. How do you get out of a reset? In the words of Kenji, down back or mash. So down back or use beat extend, or like I said beat extend. Down back and use DP or use a reversal super or something like that. Those are your two easiest answers at this current level. Don't worry about it. Like focus on those two things. In general, that will let you beat out all the major options that your opponent has, right? Doing burst baits on you, doing a reset on you, doing a frame trap on you. Like, those 2 options will help you deal with those at a 50-50 level. But as you get better and you start recognizing setups, you will realize you have a lot more options. Like, you can do like, as you're falling from the ground, falling from the air, you can do a jab. As you are dealing with pressure, you might be able to jab out of pressure and turn things around, like maybe stuff and assist that's coming in to lock you down. You might be able to sneak in all sorts of nonsense. You might learn to do alpha counter. Alpha counter also works during a reset if you successfully block something. So there is a very complex interaction that happens the moment a combo ends. The moment a combo ends and your opponent's going for a reset, there is a lot to consider, and that just gets in the way, honestly. So don't think about it. Either choose, as you're being hit, just choose. I'm going to hold down back, or I'm going to mash the super, and then commit. As long as you commit, that's fine. As you start recognizing setups, you'll realize that, oh, this always works. I will just use this answer, and then you will be changing stuff. Does up-back work? Yes and no. So up-backing is really, really good because of chicken blocking and things like that. There are lots of reasons to up-back, or chicken block land canceling, I should say, very specifically. It does work, but however, anything that up-back would be safe against, you could have beaten with a reversal super instead. So the reason I say these are Kenji's words, right? These aren't my words. My strategy is a little bit different. But anything that you would be defending yourself against by up-backing, you could have just matched a super instead. If you don't have a meter, then you're in trouble anyway. So up-backing is still a safe option. But up-backing is still good. Don't get me wrong. They are your words. What do you want from me? I'm taking you out of context, no. I just provided the context. You just came back, my dude. Put you on the mic? Nah, not right now. Social battery's burnt out, my guy. Daisy, let's see. There you go. Low overhead, no conversion though. How do you counter up-backing? I have an answer for that. Give me 1 second. Low throw, well, lows in general, yes. Check this video out. I'm gonna flash it onto the stream also for people who are muting the stream while playing. The reason lows work is because of pre-block, and this video explains it pretty well. So I want you guys to check that out. Lows will not catch people pressing up, they will catch people pressing up back. That's very important. That's a very important thing to distinguish. Alright, I'm going to try and talk about these specific players, because I've been talking about general defense and reset stuff, which is, I'm sure, still useful to the people who are currently playing, but I want to make sure I focus on VivTech a little bit. Okay, so in general, when you are trying to use dive kick to confirm in the air, if you are so at a certain height, medium dive kick doesn't work. Light dive kick will never work except into a frame tight link into standing light punch, which you can buffer, so that's fine. And if you don't want to know about frame data, don't worry about a VivTech. You are not at the level where you need to worry about frame data. What I'm trying to say is it's really hard to convert off of light dive kick and medium dive kick. Instead, use H dive kick instead. If you are in the air and you hit your opponent and you need to use a dive kick, use H dive kick. It sucks because you have to use it up so early, but it is such a reliable conversion. In the same sense, it's also a very reliable conversion off of air grab. I just kind of stopped trying to distinguish the heights lately because it's not important enough for me to not just use H dive kick instead. Nice blocks. Just so you know, when Skullgirls pressing crouching light kick, she low profiles that cross up reset, the ones where you instant air dash and go to jumping hard kick. Oh wait, I'm talking about your local downs for some reason. For some reason, I thought the tech was playing squiggly. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, nice push block. A little bit late, but that's okay. Okay, cool, we picked him up. Let's see. Alright. So I think this goes without saying. I'm gonna go ahead and set it. Please make sure you check out BNB Compendium, !BNB into Twitch chat. If you type that, you'll be provided a link at any time of the day to the BNB Compendium. These aren't the most optimized combos by any means, but they are combos that will help you practice the most important links your character has. So, make sure you are practicing those BNBs at the bare minimum, just so you're a little bit more familiar with the character. Now, a lot of people ask me, it's like, why do I gotta learn a big combo? In fact, I was talking about it a little bit earlier today, since this game is supposed to be reset heavy. Combos are extremely important because they're the fundamental building block. When you have a combo, then we can start talking about points to reset points, we can start talking about optimizing, we can start talking about corner carries, we can start talking about setups and things like that. Those are the more advanced topics. But we can't get to those advanced topics until you're more familiar with the character, which will not happen until you learn a BNB. They'll help you learn your spacing as well. So make sure you are practicing your combo. That is the most important thing out of what I saw. Other stuff is I saw you going for that jumping hard kick reset. You have the right mindset, but you're not getting instant air dash right. It seems like, so in other games, the best way to instant air dash, or the only way to instant air dash, is to press up and then to double tap forward, right? Or to up forward and then double tap forward. Your instant air dash jumping hard punches weren't coming out. Yeah, I get you. I'm about to explain how to make it easier, right? So that's one way. In more recent games, you are able to up forward and then tap forward really fast, and then you basically buffered the forward, so it comes out as a double forward, and that way just up forward and then letting it go to neutral and then tapping forward will give you a very low height instant air dash, right? In Skullgirls, because we have button dashing, standing the light punch, or the light punch button and the medium punch button, you're able to hit up forward and then press both buttons on the same frame, and you will get the fastest possible instant air dash. I think the tutorial talks about it, and the jumping, and then you get jumping hard punch afterwards, right? Don't do that. Now, the reason I'm telling you not to do that input. Don't get me wrong. Do that input. Press light punch, medium punch, and then press to get the instant air dash, and then press jumping hard punch, right? And then you get instant air dash, jumping hard punch. Don't do instant air dash, jumping hard punch. Not worth your time. Use instant air dash, jumping light kick, light punch even sometimes, even jumping medium punch if you're worried that your opponent's going to do some sort of armor thing and you want to go in with a little bit more safely. If you want to go for a reset, do instant air dash, jumping hard kick. But that's if you want to do a reset. You have to have a combo before you do a reset, right? So now you know the technique to do it as easily as possible in Skullgirls. Now, press the right buttons while you're doing it. Jumping hard punch is for air-to-air only, because if you actually go into the training mode and turn on hitboxes, you'll notice that the hitbox for jumping heavy punch is a little bit shifted up and to the left. Put your main spin on the screen. I don't have the spin to give. Give it to me and I'll put it on the screen next stream. I'll do it. I don't care. But yeah, so press the right buttons when you're doing it. Jumping hard punch is more for air-to-air. And it's like, it doesn't actually, it's also super slow, right? That's why jumping light kick, just use jumping light kick. It's super fast. It'll get you the hit confirm and you can convert off of it. Just have fun after that. You know what I'm saying? After that, you can go into whatever affiliate combo you want. Who cares? For the people who don't know how combo stages work, I recommend Googling it and doing some research on how... Oh, that's unfortunate. Do we have Wi-Fi? I don't see Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi today. What was I about to say? Crap, what was I saying? Oh yeah, for people who don't know how combo stages work, I recommend looking up the wiki or looking up some article about Mike Z explaining how the combo stages works. This is generally not important until you're an intermediate. Just learn a BNB. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. But it's one of those things where it's like there are stages to your combo, and you need to... I shouldn't say you need to. You want to be able to understand how stages of a combo work, because it helps you understand why your combo is working, and that's important knowledge. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people don't realize this, but we start all of our combos. We have a standard convention here in Skullgirls where you start a combo with crouching light kick, and then you end a combo, or don't end a combo, and you're only allowed to spend 1 meter in your combo. That is a standard BNB formula. Start with crouching light kick, by the end you have used 1 meter. And another thing that you can do is you can start with an air string, because when you start with crouching light kick, you're actually starting at a second stage of your combo and not the first stage. The first stage of a combo is if you start with an air string, and if you do that, that means that you're able to do your entire combo that you know. There's your standard BNB starting with the crouching light kick. After you hit confirm with an air move, totally fine without any concern whatsoever besides scaling. Do B&Bs build meter? There are very few B&B or meter positive routes. There, you can count them on one hand, I think, on how many meter positive routes there are. Or usable meter positive routes, like things that are worth your time. Generally speaking, no. They'll build like 3/4 of a meter or something. Generally, there are exceptions to that because of Kara meter and things like that. Are there any? There was. It actually might have been removed. I'm honestly not sure because this was back in like 2014. There was a meter positive route. It was with Bella. Go figure. All right, J2 versus Turgtoss. Let's go ahead and start that. Thank you for waiting patiently. I appreciate it. Pika gets meter without doing a combo. So that's where Kara meter comes in, right? So there are certain things that help you build meter faster, right? So when you have less than 1 meter and you have less meter than your opponent, if both those conditions are met, you get a little bit of bonus meter every time you do a hit, any attack at all. Honestly, you don't even have to hit confirm. You can just literally press light punch into the air and you will be building meter. You can try it out. There are other things, like specials always build meter, but Kara meter adds to it on top of it, right? On top of that, you know, like because of resets and stuff like that, you are mostly building your meter at the beginning of your combo. So you have a short, if you have a short combo string and are building Kara meter, and you're playing someone like Fortune, for example, who builds a ton of meter throughout her routes, you can build a lot of meter, but you will very rarely build meter positive routes, if ever. Kara meter also doesn't work if you jump backwards? What the fuck, really? I have never heard that before. That's insane. Oh, that was jank. All right. We have negative penalty in Skullgirls? I thought we didn't have that shit. So you can't just spam safe jump retreating normal to build meter. Oh. I'm glad that's there. I just didn't know it was a thing. Yeah, thank God, honestly. No third strike.
Player 2 wins!
So let's see what we got here. I'm spending a lot of time answering questions in chat. I apologize for anyone who wants very specific information from about their match, but everything I'm saying should be valuable to you. I have not said anything that is extremely out of scope for you guys. Alright, going in underneath, getting the jumping hard punch. I don't actually know the correct way to convert off of that, but there is a way to convert off of that, just letting you know. I think you have to like do jumping hard punch into updo into Gregor's super, and then you can get the wall bounce and convert. I'm not positive though, honestly. I don't know if that's the best route. Don't hold me to that. Okay. H-beam is never safe. If you want to end your chain, like if you've already committed to a heavy. So, alright, let's rewind a little bit. So, in standard Skullgirls play, right, you want to end your pressure on a medium. Very well done by Turgtoss right there. You want to end on a medium because mediums are, generally speaking, safe. Not always, but generally. So that way, if you need to have some time to mentally process whether you got to hit confirm or not, you're going to do a light into a medium. That's it, right? So, if you thought you got a hit confirm or you messed up or something and you ended up pressing a heavy button, now you're super unsafe. What do you do about that? There are lots of things you can do. You can frame trap into a special. You can sometimes use a super and DHC to make it safe. In generally speaking, though, you're going to use a special to, like, you know, try to do a plus special or something that will make you safe. And then Catheads always is the correct answer coming from chat. I will say that is the correct answer if you have 2 meter. But if in this very specific situation, Robo, what you would do is you would end on Light Beam, not H-Beam. And the reason you do that is because it adds a little bit of spacing between you and your opponent, and it's the safest special she's got. It's not great, but it's the safest special she's got. She can still be 100% counter hit punished on hit or on block, like it doesn't matter. It's like -11. So it's still it's not the worst, but it ends up making you safe way more often than you should, or than it should. Mediums are pseudo safe because the mental frame advantage. Yeah. I mean, often mediums are like -3, like, which is fine. It can still be like reversal supered and stuff, like very specifically, but like against like big band or something. But more often than not, they are relatively safe. Saw assist is interesting. I do wonder what Saw does for you that HP doesn't. Or it is interesting. I do like it when people try to use the Saw assist. Automation is mean also. Saw gives more stagger pressure. Does it? But even though it gives more stagger pressure. You got a lot of Philly movement down J2. Lots of that. Trigger and a beam, kill here. Okay. As I always like to say in the beginner bracket, obviously !BNB into Twitch chat. You'll find the BNB compendium. Make sure you guys have BNBs. Turk you need them a little bit more than J2 does. J2 you seem to have a lot of movement down. You seem to have a feel down. But there's a lot of spaghetti and stuff that you're not converting off of. Look into that. Like, try to just round out your play a little bit more, and you're almost ready for intermediate. Honestly, you might already be ready for intermediate, but like, yeah, you have never dropped that many Philia combos that many times in a row. Yeah, like I had the feeling, like I could see from your play that you're very familiar with these characters, that it honestly felt weird to see you drop so much. But round out your play, buffer it a little bit, just practice a lot this week, and you can sign up for intermediate. If you want to take it easy, then stay in beginners a little bit longer, but not by much. Like, honestly, you're almost ready to head out. Like, you're like right there. What else? But yeah, in terms of Turk Toss, like, the combos are the most important thing. Like, you occasionally got a hit confirm, but I don't even want to talk about neutrals until you're able to do a bit more damage with your hit confirms. A lot of times you were pressing buttons. Okay, no, there are a couple other things. You were pressing buttons when it wasn't your turn. There were a lot of things like that. You know your opponent has the H-Saw assist, and I know this isn't hard. Like, it's hard to keep in mind all of your opponent's assist options, right? But if you are gonna go up and press a button, you need to be able to, on the fly, be ready to cancel into anything that'll break through Robo's armor, or into mixing up so you'll be on the other side of Robo, like instant air dash, jumping hard kick, or something like that. There are all sorts of ways to avoid that Saw. The Saw is not that big, right? And it has only one hit of armor. So there are things you can do. It's also a lot of startup. It's a heavy move, right? So it's not the easiest thing to deal with, don't get me wrong. You actually got hit. You actually got hit with something this time. Yeah. But, like, I wish I could tell you something specifically to practice regarding, like, how often you got counter hit by Saw assist and things like that. And it's mostly just get more familiar with the character, which kind of sucks, right? I hate giving that advice. But, like, learn your BNB, learn your routes, and as you practice your BNB a lot, you'll realize, like, oh, I pressed Light Punch, I can go straight into Hairball or something ridiculous because I see Robo flying out from the corner of the screen. And build that timing, build that stuff. You need better neutral. I mean, I hate that phrase, right? It's no different than in Tekken when people say, oh, you gotta learn your fundamentals first. Like, that's stupid. You can't learn your fundamentals first before learning a combo. That doesn't make sense. It's so easy to learn a combo, and it's so hard to learn fundamentals and, like, neutral and spacing and things like that. It's in the PowerPoint. I mean, the PowerPoint was spitting facts, alright? Like, it wasn't wrong. But it's not good advice to give to a beginner.
Everybody mind your marks!
Aren't you relearning fundamentals? Yes, I am, right now. Twitchers, I mean, you're burning a lot of meter here. Remember that not only are you burning meter every time you're in a skeleton form, you're also burning meter for every attack you use while in skeleton form. You're not at 0 meter. You can build a lot of car meter, which is kind of cool. But this is still a weird circumstance. Alright, cool. You converted. My guy, you need a combo. You need to do a full combo. We're in intermediate now. Like, no excuses. Let's go. Make it count. If you're gonna be doing mix-ups, then you have to be ready to convert off of it. If you can do a reset and not know what to do afterwards, then you're doing it wrong. Make that into a sound font of VSD. What? Combos and fundamentals. Here's online big band solo practice thing. Wait, seriously? That's fine, you got the peacock. I'm gonna assume this is not a connection thing. I don't know if I should assume that, but like, there are some buttons just coming out that just seem a little weird and jank. On both sides. Okay, gotta hit confirm. I'm not quite sure what you're doing. I mean, I know you wanted to go for that early reset just so you can get B&B and get the kill, but... Alright, off this hit confirm, please kill. Alright, you dropped it. Okay. What's going on here? Yeah, if you're experiencing lag, I'll split up the matchup, just tell me. I need to know. Because this feels... not quite to how I've seen you guys play. Both of you guys can do better than this. Did people hear that? Did people hear that? I opened up the Lahara's Blades, like, the GitHub thing. That's great. That was awesome. Oh, this is stupid. I like this. Jump scare the stream to keep them awake. Absolutely. Alright. I did not get any message that, like, what's it called? The stream is, or not the stream, the matchup is lagging or anything like that. So I'm gonna assume that these guys are playing to the best of their ability because they did not request a split matchup. Okay, punch move. Throwing out two grounded Georges. That's the downside of that. Alright, so remember that if you are zoning with Peacock, don't commit to bang 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 because it gives your opponent a lot of time to just jump and then like fly over you. Only use bang 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 if your opponent is confirmed blocking something already. If they block the standing heavy punch, then go into bang bang bang, I guess, or something like that. Because you need to make sure that they are blocked by that, otherwise you lose so much spacing against your opponent, and that sucks. You're also not using Air Show George enough. Air Show George is honestly what prevents anyone from like approaching from the air. It does a lot of work. Item drop as well. You also could be doing, what's it called? What's the thing? I'm not spacing out. When you throw out a walking George, make sure you're ready to take advantage of it with teleport, because once the George is like pretty close to your opponent and you teleport, you can press any button you want and your opponent won't be able to do anything about it because the George will make it safe. How do you graduate from GG8? Win a major. Andy's also right, or you just stop signing up. That would make me sad though. I don't know if running away it actually means you win. Yeah, you've gotten great, now go be great. Exactly. You have to win Evo. What was that? I am very confused on why there are no combos coming out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say learn to B&B. Oh, that's weird. Kenji, you did not graduate from Get Great. I mean, but I guess you won a local, that counts. You know, it's a pretty important local. Put you in the bracket. Alright. Make sure you sign up for next week. Unfortunately, sign-ups for this week have been closed. How'd you find out where your locals are? So the... Honestly, SG General, you might have to go to the Discord and ask there. Better yet, go to... Well, actually, no. That might be honestly the best answer. There is no better yet. Worse yet, I guess I can say, is check out the Skullheart forums. And in the Skullheart forums, you should be able to find a thread that's where all major locals are. Right now, you're not going to find any locals, I hope, because of Corona, but, like, keep that in mind. 3-0 him like the nobody is. Oh, hell yeah. Who's your current opponent? Miragex? If your opponent for some reason doesn't show up, then you can have your show match. I'll give you that. That's all you'll get from me.
Try to keep it cute, huh?
Alright, cool, we got some space in. We car canceled like 4 tags and then went into butchers. Alright, cool, we got a crouching medium kick. This should be easy. Do a combo. Okay. Honestly, it just feels like both of you guys are unfamiliar with the characters right now. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean, maybe it is mean. I should have worded that differently. I apologize if that sounded mean. But it feels like you guys are fumbling a lot. There are lots of hit confirms being made and no conversions off of them. When Peacock caught both those characters, like, that was huge. When Eliza hit you with a crouching medium kick, that's a standard starter for B&B. Like, just go for it, fam. When you got the HDP at the beginning, you should be able to convert off of that. If you're just getting familiar with these characters, or like you're just building your fundamentals, like you just got into the game or something, then by all means, like, sign up for beginners. In intermediate, I assume you guys know all these things, and I'm trying not to sound mean. That's not my point here. I'm not trying to say you're not good enough for intermediate. That's not my point. My point is that the advice I give during the beginner's bracket is a little bit more suitable, and the resources I provide during the beginner's bracket is a little bit more suitable for this kind of situation. It is just a little strange to see so many drop confirmed. And if it's a connection thing, again, you guys can always tell me. At any point, if you feel like the connection is bad, you guys can let me know, and I will split the matchup up. Make intermediate great again. Will do. Next up, we got Bitman Bite versus Kengi. Let's go. Yeah, it's amazing and unfortunate at the same time, right? Because Steam made it impossible for non-friends to be able to invite each other to matches, right? And that's why it's necessary at all. Okay, cool. We got a hit confirm. Drop OTG, drop the viewer connection. People dropping stuff all day today. Crazy. What's going on? So as a bit of advice, if you think about using HP assist, there are a handful of things you gotta think about, right? So if you were defending against HP assist, what would you do? You would down back to avoid the beam entirely, or alternatively, you would, if you think your opponent's coming in with a heavy head, you would block the beam standing. If your opponent is standing, they are going to be stuck blocking the beam, and if your opponent is crouching, then they will be vulnerable to overheads, but then they won't be stuck blocking the beam. If they switch their block, then suddenly they'll have to block the beam again, right? So that means if you use HP assist, a very, very interesting thing you can do is go for very safe overheads, because HP will always make it safe, right? And you're playing Fortune. Fortune has plenty of overheads to play with. So I'm also a culprit of doing this incorrectly, so don't say... I'm not saying, like, oh, you're the only person that does this or something like that, but when you do an HP assist, use an overhead and then let the HP make it safe. And if it doesn't make it safe, then you gotta hit confirm, and then you get to do a full combo, which is fun. Yeah. Or if you're Penny, put a show on and grind for 5 hours every day for the rest of your life. Because Penny's crazy.
Break a leg out there. Let's rock.
Cool. There we go. That's the kind of, well, it's almost what I wanted to see. I shouldn't have said anything. Yeah, that doesn't work. That does, though. Kind of funny. Okay, line cancel, trade, little jam. Just gonna armor out of there. That interaction is tough to describe. I mean, Kanki, you were insistent on keeping pressure on your side, even though you were unsafe on multiple situations. And Robo decided to mash out jumping hard punch, which could have been beaten out by a dozen different things that Kanki did. So, to put very simply, I'm just gonna say that sucks for Kanki, because it just ended up being spaghetti that worked out in Robo's, or not Robo, yeah, in Robo's favor. Alright, cool, we got these mid-swing outs. No, we don't. We're gonna go Magnet, or we're gonna confirm. We're gonna use up OTG on an accident. Fast wake up. If you're not gonna parry, just use H-Brass. That is not good advice, that is bad advice I'm giving you, because it works. Either parry is the correct answer, if you're not gonna parry, just H-Brass. Don't deal with that crap. Penny was host last week, that is correct. Yes, I have a video about combo scaling, I'll explain it. You want your heavy single hits up front, and your multi-hitting hits at the end. And the reason that works is because of just percentage scaling. And where is that video? I have it somewhere. That goes for third toss.
Something big is about to happen.
Oh, Sage also has a good video. That one's a little bit more modern, I think, if I remember correctly. Moose Lee-san, are you late? I don't even know who you are, so no, probably? No, you are not too late. This is your Moosenheim. Welcome, and you are not too late. I think? Yeah, you're not too late. halfway into the show, somebody else signed up. That's a little weird. Destabilized, I don't know if you're watching right now, but if you are watching, the signups for next week have not gone up yet. I just closed the signups for this week. My apologies for any such confusion that might have caused. No, Light Beam. Oh, yeah. After sending Hard Punch, use Light Beam. It's the closest thing to being safe. It's not even safe. It's just the closest thing to being safe. You can also go to Magnet Super, I guess, kind of, sort of. But, like, that's not safe either. It just kind of burns the meter to get hit. But it helps you DHC, which is so that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. Could you have signed up this whole time? Technically, yeah. I'm honestly not sure what to say about that matchup. That was, and a lot of that just has to do with me not having. Maybe I just didn't pay 100% attention because there were a handful of things I probably could have said. Can we talk about TK Beam? Talk about TK Beam? Yeah, I mean, that was the thing I was thinking of at the very end because I saw like someone jump up and do H Beam. So for people who don't know how TK motions work. Basically, you do a quarter circle forward and then you end on an up forward or an up back, basically, or quarter circle in any direction. So what you can do is just, how do people pick up all their characters so fast? They don't. They don't, frankly speaking. It takes hundreds of hours. Some people are faster than others. Like, for example, Kenji and Penny can pick up a character and learn their combos in like a day. But then there are people like me who have been playing for 4 months and I'm still dropping stuff, right? Or playing, I shouldn't say playing for 4 months. I feel like I've been playing for 4 months, that's how bad I am. But like I have been playing my current team for about 4 months. And 4? That's not right. 3.5. Whatever. Took you 2 months to learn the Peacock B&B this year. Yeah, okay, see, that's a cool example. So even people that are as like quick as Kenji can still take some time to learn their combo. It takes time and practice and dedication. Terry, I think you've been only playing for like 25-30 hours. For example, the people we're about to see right now, these people have been playing for 500-600 hours, right? Like the people we're watching right now have played for 500-600 hours. Now let's see how many combos they drop. Boom, one drop right there. All right, that was technically a drop because the crouching light kick was a mix-up because we used light death kick or something. It's a reset. I'm not gonna count that. That was jank. So that's a drop. 3. That's not a full-on dizzy combo. I think that was because it was a counter hit, I guess? I'm not honestly sure. Alright, counter. Alright, that's a drop. 4. Five. 6. That was not intentional. 7. 7 drops. These people have been paying for 600 hours. I'm not trying to. Oh, okay, that was also mean because I'm talking shit about Grey Arsenic and the Olipodons. I apologize for that. On one hand, you guys should not be dropping that much. On the other hand, I'm trying to make a point to Turk Toss. Turk Toss, like, there's a. People don't learn their combos fast. They put in a lot of work. It takes time and it takes effort. And the worst part is it takes consistent effort because every day you're not playing, you're moving backwards. And I'm not saying that means you have to play every day, but you will improve the quickest if you are playing every day, and that is not fun. It can get frustrating. And obviously, people should only be playing if they find enjoyment in this and fun and satisfaction and all that stuff. But there's also a work aspect to it. Being good isn't always fun, but. Or I should say being great, I guess. I don't know. Use the tagline, I guess. Being great isn't always fun. But it is rewarding, for sure. Okay, so now like, actually evaluating this matchup. Alright, cool. We got a chargeless stancel setup. We gotta build a charge. We're gonna build a charge and a half. That is optimal. Good stuff. Grey Arsenic knowing the squiggly stuff. I respect that. Not the route. The route isn't optimal, but the charge building is. A lot of people only build one charge though. You can build a charge and a half. Xello is dumb. Okay, so cremation stancel is something you need to practice in the lab because cremation has very bizarre stancel windows. This is something you're gonna need to practice for a very, very long time. After you use crouching hard punch, as the 4th hit is hitting, that you have to stancel perfectly. And then you are plus 18. You can go into whatever you want. And you can go into the burst phase with crouching medium punch. You can go into crouching medium paper convert and stuff like that. Nice blocks. I did not think that would work. I thought you were gonna get punished. Well done.
Player 2 wins.
Yeah, I've had a similar experience, Jitsu, where like I played Fortune and she just did not fit my character. I tried to do her B&B for like 5 hours and then just said I'm never playing this character ever again. I'm so done with Fortune. I wish I could play Fortune, because Fortune Cremation seems such a fun way to just turn off my brain and let the game happen. But I cannot get her into my fingers. I'm sure if I tried hard enough I could, but I don't even know if it's worth the effort. Oh, a little bit too high, and a little bit too close, honestly, too. Okay, so on the Fortune side, what do we got? Run up. Okay, we gotta hit confirm. Alright, so from there, you should have gone into a full B&B, gotten the sliding knockdown with your level 1 super, and gone to the corner and taken your head off. The reason I say it is because you're playing the solo. Don't play half the character when you're playing the solo. You're gonna need to play headless, otherwise you're kinda screwed. That's a very general statement, obviously. There's going to be times where you want to be head on, times where you want to be head off. But, alright, here we go. Into the corner. Let's go. Alright. So, the chargeless stancel route that you're taking is with standing light punch. Don't use the standing light punch one, use the crouching light kick one. It does more damage. As far as I know, her optimal chargeless meterless route does 7k. And, it does involve a chargeless stancel, but it's into crouching light kick. I can link that to you if you want, just hit me up, and I'll let you know. If you have a charge, you should not be doing that route at all. If you have a charge, you can do, with 1 meter, 8.8k. And that is a lot more damage. Yeah, I don't know what... Honestly, the person who dropped the fewest combos was Leafree TV from the beginner bracket, which is fucking cool. Don't get me wrong. That's hype as hell. Like, I'm excited for Leafree. I want to see how good they can get this quick, or how good they can get if they improve this quickly. But the downside is, like, in intermediate level, you guys gotta at least be able to demonstrate that you clearly could do a B&B and you're just dropping on accident. Some of these drops are seemingly like what? It looks like you're playing the character for like the 3rd day in a row or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I am blatantly being mean now. Like, I am very blatantly being mean. But go back and watch your VODs for sure. Listen to the advice I give. If I didn't give you a knife advice, or if you had specific questions about anything I said, obviously at any time of the day, you guys can take a timestamp, link it to me, and ask for more information. I'll gladly give it to you. For those of you guys who don't know, I have always done this. I've always very gladly answered any questions you guys have. You guys provide a timestamp link. No problem at all. Or provide extra stuff if you need it. And yeah, I think maybe Kenji's getting into my skull. It is very possible that I'm just learning to be more like Kenji. But, like, that's not my intention here. I'm not trying to be mean. But at this point in time, I expect you guys to be able to demonstrate a little bit more familiarity with the character. And you guys have. That's the thing. Like, almost none of you have gone into intermediate without me saying at some point, it's like, you know what, I think you're ready for intermediate. There are very few people who sign up for intermediate without that, right? So when I see you guys drop, it's not that, like, God damn, you guys are bad, why are you guys here? It's more of a, like, come on, I know you can do better than this. What's going on? Alright, we got the grab. Crouching hard punch. Let's go. This is the... Alright. I saw the reset attempt there. That's fine. You get a pass. Two files. Perfect. Cloud set play.
Major surgery.
That would have killed. You done goofed. I didn't know that. You actually have to hit Valentine specific. I mean, why wouldn't you have to hit Valentine specific for the poison to go away? That makes sense. No one plays Valentine though. I don't get to see this very often. Okay. I think Contra would have actually worked in that situation. You didn't have to empty run. Or empty slide. I don't know. What do people call that? Okay. I'm going for the easier route. We're going for the reset setup. Didn't get it. That's okay. Get close. Oh, alright, cool. You got the 50-50 cross under, but we didn't convert. That sucks. That's fine. It's not the easiest thing to convert off of. Even though it's like, oh wow, I'm super plus. Like people drop that stuff all the time because it's so weird. Like, where do I go from here? The world is your oyster. Well, it wasn't run stop though, right? It was a slide. What's it called? Mirage was, or Marge? Raj? Let's call him Raja. So Raja was doing the thing where like you slide under and do a fake concho. The concho feint, yeah. It's like they kept on doing the concho feint. Thank you. That's a reasonable name for it. Okay. Another ahead. That's the actual name for it? Oh, okay. Damn. Gotta brush up on my Red Witch lingo. What? Oh! Oh, that was smart, actually.
Time out. Come on, you call that a fight?
That was actually really, really smart. That was awesome. Yeah, he had the life advantage. So if you guys didn't know, I mean everyone should know this by now, but on the top part right above your health bar it tells you who's leading in health. It says leader. So Graham Sandwich, props to you. You were paying attention to that. And very smart call to Tiffany away. That was smart. Well done. I actually didn't notice. I legitimately thought Raja had the lead in that situation. And Raja, I don't know. Raja? Raja? Be some fun on Regex? I don't know. So while Skullgirls is happening, here's some generic, like, I don't want to call it a rant. It's like a pet peeve of mine. Freaking, not acronyms, but like abbreviations of words sucks. Because like, for example, regex is short for regular expression. It's not regex, it's regex. And there's hundreds and hundreds of examples for this. And it's so weird. I was wondering, I was making jokes about how Raja's name is supposed to be pronounced. That's all. That's why I'm talking about regex. Is this your World Wide Web brand? No, World Wide Web brand. That one's hilarious because the World Wide Web one is World Wide Web is 3 syllables. www is 9. It is harder to say www dot whatever than World Wide Web dot whatever. But no one will ever say World Wide Web dot because you sound like a jackass. Mr. AJX. Oh. I don't see it. I mean, I guess I see it. Why the trademark? The ATM machine.
Let's get a round of applause for our contestants.
One of my favorite things to do is when people say "rip," or "rip in peace" rather, and then there's like that meme where it's like "rest in peace in peace." I always say "rip in peace in peace." Just kind of fun, because anyone who knows the old jokes kind of pops a blood vessel.
I'll cut you down to size.
Let's do this in one take.
Alright, let's see it. Alright, we gotta hit. Oh, we gotta hit confirm. Had a potential hit confirm. Okay, cool. Makes it safe. Right dash up grab. Nice push block. For those guys who do not know, push block puts you in 25 frames of block stun, which means you can't be grabbed out of it. So if you push block the last hit of, or the hit of a tick throw, the tick of a tick throw? I don't know how you want to word that. Then you will not be grabbed. Ha. Fortune double falls out. Medium and heavy weights. Not mix. Very well. I guess, you know what, it's hard to give advice at this level, just because everyone, like, most of this is happening is just, oh yeah, it's Skullgirls, you know exactly what to do, and so it's mostly fun to watch. But there are small things I can point out. So, it might be time to learn double snap for different weight classes for you. You are, like, you clearly have BNBs, you have your routes down. I mean, okay, well, that was a weird route. You shouldn't have used standing leg kick there. That could have gotten you screwed. But in general, you seem to know your routes and stuff. So start, like, looking for gaps on where you're dropping stuff. So when you go back and watch these VODs, notice how all the times where you press the wrong button and be like, what was the correct button to press in there? And take a mental note of it, maybe lab it out a little bit, like a few times, so you can do it a few times in a row, and call it a day. One of those situations is multi-weight double snaps, right? Medium and heavy double falling out, you shouldn't be using bypass, because bypass is a little bit weird when there's a medium and a heavy in there. So, if bypass does generally work for you and you feel like you just poorly timed in that situation, that's fine. I don't know Valentine routes. But, it might be time to learn a varying weight double snap. The best test for varying weight double snap setup is for the squiggly band, because they are such awkward sizes. I'm pretty sure almost every character, if not every character, that does have a route that will hit both those characters at the same time, but it is tough. Should sparks have exploded there? If we're talking about the red sparks there, you can. As long as it wasn't going to kill you, you can always snap and you can alpha counter and do whatever you need to do. Also, while sparks are coming out, you get super scaled, the people who don't know. On top of min scaling, you will also get 30% additional scaling at some point. Actually, maybe it's just 30% additional scaling. Not red sparks? I don't know. That makes sense. My bad. Good stuff. I'm trying to think back to the tournament when you were playing Graham. I'm trying to remember why you lost. I want to give advice based on that. But I can't. Oh well. Next up is gonna be Sheep versus Moose. Let's go. Moosenheim is here. That's a good picture. I really like that. That's adorable. It's the invite. Here it is. Oops, that's not it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, there are days where people are just not playing on point, but it is very rare to see everyone not playing on point. And I said it before, and I'll say it again because I feel like I worded it correctly finally, where it's not a matter of, come on, you guys are horrible, you guys don't belong in intermediate. It's more of a, come on, I know you guys can do better than this. I know you guys can do better than this. Yep, round start SPO kind of works. The threat of round start SPO is what's important. It's not actually good because skills are combo like crazy and is kind of just uses up your meter instantly. She's not exactly the queen of Kara meter, if you know what I mean. I cannot believe that worked. Okay, there we go. Now Skullgirl probably does. If you take her to the corner, I think she just dies. Yeah, no, this is so hard to deal with. Oh wow, okay. Guess we'll dies instead. So you're not actually applying a lot of instant air dash pressure. I can see why you might be afraid of Pillar, but Pillar has a massive blind spot that you could be taking advantage of. This is huge. It would have been huge. Practice your double snap. Imagine having a almost a full-on dizzy bar on incoming for Eliza, and this character already being dead, and you having an additional meter, and double actually dying. That one drop meant so much. I don't know how you got hit. Also, don't forget, you have Segment. If you're ever... You have almost no reason to fear an SBO. I mean, I guess Eliza and Double are on low health, so you don't want to use Segment recklessly. I get it. But A, SBO doesn't do damage, and B, you also got hit by like 2 heavies before you actually died. Without the armor and all that stuff. I don't know what was going on there. Yeah, Moose, I don't get it. And I'm not just saying it from you two or anything. It's like everyone today seems to be off their game today. It's a little strange. When's a good time to start learning another team? As soon as you want to. That's the easy answer. Yeah, the local dance echoes it perfectly. Just play. It is important not to jump around before you feel comfortable with your current team if it's your first team, because then you're still learning fundamentals of Skullgirls. But if you are like, you know what, this team isn't what's fun for me, I want to switch to this other team because I think it has a lot of potential and I think I would enjoy it a lot more because it uses characters I like, just switch to it. Just do it. And the very important thing is if you want to get good with the other team, do not, and I repeat, do not allow yourself to switch back to the other team. If you give yourself the permission to switch back to your old team whenever you feel uncomfortable in a set, you will be playing both teams worse. Alternatively, if you find yourself in a situation where you're a duo player and you're picking up a third character, same situation. Do not allow yourself to put away that third character under any circumstance, because it only holds you back. I mean, you just want to learn Cyclically Analyze it. Do it. Check out the drills set play and stuff. I might have already mentioned that to you because I remember telling that to a player recently. But check out VODs of drills. Twin drills, he played Eliza Squiggly and Optimize. No, I shouldn't say Optimize, but he had extremely good vortexes with the H Spiral Assist. Okay, no mid-screen vortex. Just gonna go for the grab. I can take it. Brought him all the way to the corner though, that's not what you want. That's why usually people do the mid-screen vortex, because their mid-screen vortex is a lot more effective. So generally speaking, you don't want to corner carry. You don't want to go for the grab reset raw. You want to call your assist, switch to the other side, so that way you can control where you are on the screen. Double is strongest. I mean, Double is super strong in the corner, don't get me wrong, but she is strongest mid-screen. Cool. Losing track of where we are on Dizzy. We're not using Band Assist, I don't know why. Full health. That's an Empress. That's scary. That's very risky. In general, remember light press is the only one that's safe. It's -5. It's still punchable by some characters, but for the most part, it's fine. If you realize your hits are being blocked or whatever, you can frame trap into Embrace, but at proper spacing, it's safe-ish because you're far away from your opponent. But in general, you want to be ending your things on light brass, and you can pick up off of it. It's not like H-Brass. It's just like M-Brass, you can pick up off of it, unlike H-Brass. There we go, that's what I'm trying to say. You can pick off of H-Brass with Carpenter's Axe Assist. Using weird... Oh, you can get 2 H-Brasses into your combo using Carpenter's Axe Assist. I forget how it works. It's super optimized. Medium kick. Got birds. Snap. Alright, do it. I know you have these, because you did them to me. Oh, that one's a little late. That one's a little too early. Still clean. Clean enough. Push block. Too far for the corner. Did you actually do far from the corner? I don't actually know what happened there. I'm kind of surprised with that drop. So I don't know if you saw a jump startup or something. I'm not sure why you used standing medium punch there. Standing medium punch obviously doesn't have iframes on it. It's an anti-air move. So if Parasol jumped in the air and did like jumping light punch or whatever, I think he still would have been hit because it's fast. With standing medium punch, you can anti-air most other buttons though. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Stance after one hit of forward heavy punch because SBO is going to run out. You might as well get an extra mix in. If you're really badass, what you can do is you can Kara cancel the forward heavy punch, and before even the first hit comes out, just go into a low, and we'll throw off your opponent real fast. Because they'll switch guards because of things.
Let's get a round of applause for our contestants.
That doesn't usually work unless SBO is burnt out, though, because then they can just do absolute guard, which would suck. You don't want to deal with absolute guard when it comes to push blocking. Oh, that was 3 games. Well played by both these players. So while it's going on in the background, I guess I'll do the outro because they readied up again. I don't care if they're playing again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for Skullgirls Get Gr8. If you liked what you saw here and you are going to be practicing and you want to be able to apply your skills in a realistic scenario, well, sign up for Skullgirls Be Great every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, etc. It is a standardized Skullgirls tournament, and 4th week of every month, including this Wednesday, is going to be a prize pool tournament. Free entry, there's just money on the line, it's a free attempt at money, why not, you know? And you get to play Skullgirls with your friends, it's a good time. And if you're just here for the advice, you just want to make sure you're practicing and, like, keeping up with Skullgirls, then feel free to tune in every Saturday at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, etc. for Skullgirls Get Gr8. As always, I am the Crank Machine, and I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I guess we'll finish up the set, and then we'll call it a day. How did that not punish? So normally, after that situation, if you have a heavy block, you want to go into light or H tier? No, not H tier. H tier? No, L tier. L tier is the one that's +2. Go into L tier. Prank, shoutcast, everything that's not happening. Nah, I can't. I see things happening in Skullgirls, or if I even hear sound effects, I feel like my brain can't be incorrect. Not what that came out poorly. I can be incorrect. I can't talk about things that are not happening. Welcome, sorry for wasting your time with whatever hell I was doing today. Absolutely not. Alright, none of you... Okay, hold on. What the fuck? No. Give me a second. None of you guys wasted my time. I am literally here to help you guys learn. And if I think there's a problem in your play, I'm going to say it because that's the whole point of the stream, right? I am absolutely not saying any of you wasted my time. I don't care if none of you are playing though as good as you normally do. I don't care if all of you guys are just trolling all day. None of you wasted my time. None. I hope nobody feels that way. I do this because I love you guys, and I want to be able to not only interact with all of you, but also just for you guys to have like a comfortable environment to get feedback and constructive criticism, while at the same time, you know, just hanging out with people in the Skullgirls community. It's like a gateway into the actual SGC, right? So, if you guys are enjoying yourselves, I have no problem at all with anything at all. That's why I do this. Please do not feel sorry or saying things like waste my time. You absolutely did not do that. None of you did that. I'm not even trying to be wholesome. I'm dead serious. I do this for you guys. I enjoy doing the stream literally for you guys, and that's it. Because I know there's a lot of people who, for them, GG8 is the only community for them. Like, it's like not that they don't try to go into other communities, but they feel best at GG8. And you know what? Those are the people I want to make sure the stream stays alive for. And frankly speaking, like, I don't care how good or bad you guys play. You guys are great. Like, you guys are a fun time, and I'm happy you guys are all here. Hell, I don't care if you even play Skullgirls. If you're just chilling in chat, that's fine. I love that. You got into a Get Gr8 from a Reddit post that I made? A Reddit post that I made? I did? Which Reddit post? I'm assuming not the sign-up one, right? Like some generic... Is it some other response, I assume? I don't know. It could be just the sign-up one. And the Skull goes from GG8 by proxy. You've been trying to get in for ages, but always missed the sign-ups. Oh, dang. It's kind of funny that you caught that this week's sign-ups then, Moose, because this week's sign-ups all are only out for like 2 days. I messed up big time with the sign-ups for this week. But I am happy you were able to make it, so that's really cool. And just a reminder, if it's a scheduling issue, like if you can only show up at like 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. or something like that, 4 p.m. Central, I should say, 5 p.m. Eastern, whatever, then just let me know. Say things like, oh, I'm going to be late, can you please put me at the end of the bracket? And that's totally fine. I can schedule you if you want to show up more often. Found this when Evo died. That's a funny way to find this, I'm not going to lie, considering we've been going on for 4 years. Or you can also say Evil's been dead the whole time. You got him from the signups one. Oh, okay. Alright. I'm glad you found us eventually. What else can I say? Yeah. I mean, the best take I've seen about the whole Evo situation was that it was like a monkey's paw wish, where it's like someone held the monkey's paw and said, I want Skullgirls in Evo, and then one finger curled, and all hell has broken loose since then. You bought Skullgirls when you were looking for a Street Fighter V replacement? Oh my god, I can't believe that. I didn't know the meme was real. That's amazing. So apparently, I don't know if you know this, but when Street Fighter V announced that they were never going to lower the input delay below 6.5 frames or whatever it is, they apparently Skullgirls found a massive influx of players during that time. In fact, because of that, Mike Z actually put in a special command called it's like dash ascending higher as a startup command, and if you use that startup command, it increases the input delay to match Street Fighter, just for memes. Like dash ascend higher or something. It is ascend higher? That's awesome. Waiting for matches in Skullgirls can be boring, which is why you are better off like spending time in matchmaking discords. Go to like the Looking for Games channel in our Discord, or on NSG General there's a dedicated channel where you can find people to fight with. You're much more likely to find people to fight in those things than going to Quick Match. Quick Match, there's a prime time, like usually like right after everyone is off of work, like between like 4 and like 7, everyone's playing. So there's a lot of players then. That's about it. Around after that, like you'll find people around the world, but like no one local really. I've never liked asking for games in the main chord. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't use main chord either. I'm kind of happy GG8 has its own Discord. I'm not gonna lie. Quick matches either you get destroyed or go up again. Yeah, as I used to say, quick matches. So that was actually one of the original reasons why Get Gr8 started, believe it or not. Where there was this thing where like, how do I word this? It's like when you go on quick match, so there's no matchmaking, right? So you don't know if you're fighting someone that's been playing Skullgirls since they came out of the womb, or someone who bought the game 5 minutes ago because it went on sale again at Humble Bundle or something, you know? So it's such a coin flip on what kind of practice you're gonna get. And sometimes you'll find people who are on Wi-Fi, which is horrible. Sometimes you'll find people on what's it called? Like they have a fine connection, but they have no intention of playing. They'll just play his big band and just play music the entire time, which is funny. I love it, but it's not practice, right? So it's kind of nice to have matchmaking discords in general, like Get Gr8. One of the reasons I like Get Gr8 so much. We're getting tilted because everyone was leaving after 3 games. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Find a once-in-a-lifetime match where you're even in skill and you never want to let them go. Yeah, and then they one and done you. That's the dank lore right there. It's like you find the 1 in a million player where you're even skill level, like you had the coolest game of the night, and then they one and done you because like their mom called them or something, and you never get to hear from them again. Talking shit about Graham. I think Graham's awesome. I'm glad to have him around. I think all of you guys are awesome. But you can't tell me who I like and don't like. Alright, I'm gonna wrap things up here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys had a good time. If you have any questions, as always, please just grab a timestamp of your match and link it to me. Say, hey, you didn't tell me enough, or hey, you said this and it makes no fucking sense. And I'll either correct myself or proceed to give you more information. Please, just by all means. It's always been available. That's always been an option. I will talk to you all next time. Have a good day. Practice your B&Bs.